They both can be right. Because I give what you get. Or what you give, or to me, I'll give you back. So, am I racist? Yeah, I'm racist against assholes. I don't like them. I could care less about the color of your skin. We all bleed the same color. The mental capacity of others sometimes astonishes me. At someone at a certain age, let's just say 40, 50, I would assume, and this is my fault for making assumptions, that you would have common sense, that you'd be intelligent, you could make a difference between right and wrong. Nah. Ain't got nothing to do with age, ain't got nothing to do with color. It's up to you. Who you want to be. You chart your course. Guess what? It's not going to go the way you think. Promise. If there's a person who exists on this entire planet who's never had a problem, one, in their life, please step up. I want to meet you because I want to know how you did that. It's not possible. Life is not easy. God doesn't say that. God says there's going to be trials and tribulations. God says there's going to be people out there who will deceive you. People out there, I mean, if we want to go back to Old Testament, eye for an eye, Sodom and Gomorrah, turn to stone, man lays with a man, you die. I mean, this is all your personal choices. It's none of my business. I stay in my lane. Just don't come in my lane with your bullshit. I respect everyone until they disrespect me. I've been disrespected by so many people, so many times while I've had to sit here and take it. I'm gonna tell you right now, Charleston White, you think you're funny? We'll see who's laughing. Drew Anthony, you're a pussy and a coward, and you raised one. Kayla, you drunk bitch. What'd you do to that boy to make him stab somebody? My God, what kind of mother are you? Woo! Heat! Hey, Kevin Hayes, you fucking liar. Day after it happened, how many lies did you sit and type up on your keyboard, you big keyboard warrior? You a big tough man. You still live in Baton Rouge? Remember you said you'd come to Frisco, buddy? You're supposed to find me. I told you we could sit down and talk. That's all you do. Talk, Mr. Squeaky Clean. You're the only one in your family without a damn record. I guess that's something to brag about in your culture.
Nationwide is so much more than a great insurance.
Damn. Came with the heat. Metcalf is a bully. Damn, the heat. They called you a bully, Metcalf. He said he raised bullies. Damn. America's divided. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. It's a lot going down. I want to talk about Sadly, but I have to talk about the deal that Trump made allegedly with Iran. It's been reported. I'll read the news article, the BBC. You know, can I just say something before we even get started? What happens in the dark, it may never come to light, but the people that know what happened in the dark, they're going to hold that shit over your head. Right? And I got a feeling that's what we're dealing with when it comes to Trump. Because he was talking that big, I want to drain the swamp shit. You know what I'm saying? Yo, we're going to drain the swamp. And it sounded great. Because everyone knew what was actually going on. Like, this is the stereotypical ancient Rome politics where the senators are doing all type of backhand deals. And this is why I often remind people, listen, you have to start to threaten your senators, right? First of all, if you don't know, they're in there for a lifetime if they don't get voted out. They could just keep, and some of them have been there probably since their early 30s. They're 60, 70 years old now. They're used to a lifestyle that you have afforded them. They've gotten very complacent. And you have to shake them up. You have to rattle them up. We'll get you the fuck out of here, bro. Get busy. What are you doing? So I've always said the senators are way more powerful than the president. They even could vote on things. It just became a thing to use these executive orders. But to be honest with you, executive orders weren't even meant to be used willy-nilly like that in the first place. No one was. We just did this. It got out of hand starting with the Bushes. Then it escalated with Clinton. Obama followed suit. After that, it just got stupider and stupider until you see your boy just first day elected. 200 to 400 executive orders on the order. First day. He's not doing nothing else. Stupid executive orders. Right? Janitors are to use their own bathrooms in the White House. It's way out of hand. So, being that they can vote, being that they can legislate laws, the senators, you want to put that pen to use. You want to put that, however you want to get that letter out to them to let them know, listen, buddy, you're going to be running for office soon. But what happens is this. We get distracted by the mainstream media because they're shouting out is the president, the president, the president. So you don't got no way to really deal with that reality. So you bitch and you moan. You blame everything on the president. You better start placing some of this accountability on your representatives and make them work for your vote. We're going to talk about that this morning. I want to talk some hip hop talk. You guys don't got to stay around for it. But Zip with the Drip was on Bag Fuel. I know you're like, who's Zip with the Drip? Don't worry about it. I think he's talented. I always said that. He's a content creator, soon to be a social influencer. He was in prison for like 20 something years. He came out. He used his voice to earn him a new lifestyle, right? I'm not mad at it. But he had a hip hop conversation on a podcast called Bag Fuel, and one of the hosts said that older rappers should not be making new music. I want to talk about that. there's another gentleman out of Queens called Prince. He was a former drug dealer in the, I guess, the 80s, 90s. He did a lot of time, I think 30 years. He's back home, new image. He doesn't push negativity, which is what I like. He's not glorifying nothing that he did. He's not out here trying to glorify it. And he's just using his voice and intellect. I like his style because he uses his... It's hard to explain to you unless you watch it, but he's just using his rationale and his logic to kind of get his point across. I want to go over that episode, his last episode, where he's talking about someone being a rat, this, that, and the third, because I want to ask him about some other people. Now, before we get into all of that stuff there, and I see you guys in the comment section, I'm going to get to you in a second. Matter of fact, let me put the comments. Hit the like button as you come in. We got Instagram on the feed this morning. You know how they do. They stay silent. Stay in the cut. I'm not too much worried about Instagram. Those are for the short dopamine. The dopamine kids. Let's call them the dopamine kids. Let's start with the BBC this morning. I'm so tired of this talk about Iran made a deal, but listen, it had to happen anyway. But I think personally, here's what Mark, what's this guy? Epstein. Here's what Mark Epstein said. And let me share the... Mark Epstein, in the files that were released, alluded to there being a photograph of Donald Trump giving Bill Clinton a BJ. God forbid! Jesus Christ. What are you doing with your life? It's all these secret societies, man. They go too far. You understand? You join a secret society. Some people want you to do this. Some people want you to do that. Listen, bro. I don't know. I was never in Skull and Bones. It's been reported that they want you to lay in a coffin with some rope tied around your genitals. I don't know if they want to put you in a compromise. Here's the thing. What I do know from reading some of the Masonic literature. If you go against the fraternity, they're supposed to cut your tongue out. But clearly, nobody was about that life. Clearly, nobody was about that life. And that's not, I don't even think that's, people been outing their business for a while, right? So, in my opinion, I don't know, but I'm just using my logic. I think that what happened was they was like, yo, we need another way because I'm not going to jail. I'm a butcher, Sam. I'm a butcher. God damn it. I cut meat. He's like, okay, Paul, take it easy. I'm a cobbler. All right. This is what I do. Well, I'm not cutting out nobody's tongue. All right. And you haven't been to the meetings. Easy. So, I think because nobody was about that life, they was like, yo, we need another strategy. And the strategy might have been to put people in compromising positions so that if they did go against the grain, okay, we have this photo of you. We have this on you. I'm just assuming. Why would they have a picture? No. That's not the question. Why they would? I know why they would have a picture of him doing this thing. I guess the real question is why would you be doing that? I don't. You know what? That's rhetorical. Don't you dare try to give me a goddamn answer. I'm not listening. Shout out to Whitney Webb, forensic investigator, research investigator. She's phenomenal. I got both of her books, One Nation Under Blackmail. And if you really want an understanding of how things get done and to put people in a compromising position, you have to read One Nation Under Blackmail. Now, after all of this drain the swamp business, I really thought he was gonna be the one. I thought he was gonna be the one, and he did a 180 on us. Israel started calling the shots like crazy. It was obvious Netanyahu didn't care about nothing, and he's been doing this. This is why I'm not excited about this deal, because of Netanyahu. That's the total. Otherwise, I would be excited. Like, yo, all right, Trump, we going in the right direction, right? Not only for diesel. Shout out to my truck drivers out there. I know you've been going through it. Hold on. Balance your books. You understand? Just do what you got to do. The shippers are definitely taking advantage of this. It's a dirty game. It is a dirty game. So unless you could get on a great load board, you understand? I just heard some very bad news about JB Hunt. JB Hunt is on that BS. And by the way, they said I could come back. I don't know if I want to be on their load board after what I heard 2 days ago. I heard sketchy business in the men's bathroom at the truck at the truck stop. And what I heard, JB Hunt, is they got people on the inside that are giving out the good jobs to certain people early. It's always something. It's always something. I never thought a company like JB Hunt would be doing BS like that. But you know something, America? Hit the like button as you come in. You know something? It is this type of mentality that really has America where it is today. I still remember as a kid turning over things and it said "Made in the USA," and that stopped. Why? Because one capitalist said, you know what? I could get this made cheaper overseas. And I don't think I'm mad at that. I'm not mad at that, because that's something I would have did. If right away, if I noticed, like, I gotta get this shit. But let me tell you what I wasn't going to do. I'm probably not going to shut down an entire plant in North Carolina. If you know what I'm saying, I know the town is relying on that. But here's the issue I have with the government. Once you see that most of these corporations are headquartered here, like, you have analysts, you have the smartest minds, right? Robert McNamara went and got the smartest kids out of the Rand Corp and brought them to the Pentagon. So you have the smartest minds. Why couldn't your analysts see, yo, this is not gonna end well if if the majority of the companies in the United States start to globalize using offshoring, sources for their products instead of making things here in America. This is going to end bad, and we have to put it. No, America, you know what it pisses me off about America? We see and we know what the future is going to be, and we still do it for short-term gratification, knowing this is not going to end well. So essentially, we're dealing with grown-up children. These are immature minds, immature beings that's not ready to lead, never mind the free world. I don't know if these people are ready to lead their households. Jackasses. You should have put stipulations on all these companies that start, once you've seen it become a trend, Yo, you got to put it into that immediately. Yo, this is going to hurt us, right? It was all fun and games when 1 and 2 of y'all was doing it. Now, if you want to continue to do this, we have to get something to compensate for the money and the jobs that are being lost so that we can reallocate the currency, the flow of money. I mean, what's so hard? Flabbergasted. U.S.-Iran agreed deal to end war as Trump says Strait of Hormuz to reopen. Well, jackass. It was because you and your idiot friend, Ernie and Bert, who got us in this position anyway to get it closed. You've achieved jack shit, is what you achieved. You only made things worse. Messing around and you found out. Thinking, who gassed you up to think that Iran was going to be just as easy to take as Venezuela? What are you doing here? What? Here's the thing. When they fired all of the military lawyers and they started forcing the generals out, I'm like, yo, it's about to be the biggest shit show ever. Hit the like button. When generals started resigning, I'm like, no, these people are not resigning for any reason, for no reason at all. They know something is mischievous is afoot. And because of national security, they can't say what it is. But they know we have idiots at the helm. Fucking Hegseth. A joke. You shitting me? Just because I was in the military, which I was, it doesn't, first of all, I don't know what his MOS was, but I was a goddamn combat engineer. That doesn't mean I'm ready to be a goddamn general. Come on, man. You gotta know your place. Everybody wants to be a chief. Nobody wants to be an Indian. And no one can say, yo, I'm really not that strong in that area. And guess what? I'm not saying you deny the position because you're not ready. But I'm definitely saying, yo, you got to keep people around you that actually know what they're doing. So once you see the generals that have been there and dedicated their life to this, being a general, leaving, and you're forcing them out, and you're okay with that? You have ad hominem comments on them? I knew you guys would. I knew right then. Yo, these are crazy people we dealing with. We went from one batch of crazy people, right? And this is not about voting. Listen, I want to just burst everyone's bubbles. Like, yo, you guys voted for him if you would. Shut the fuck up. How about that? How about the last guy, the other feather on the bird, had perverts walking into schools with Speedos on in his skirt, asking first graders, are they confused? Like, don't answer that. I'll answer that. You're goddamn right, they're confused, and I'm confused and furious. What are you talking about? Are they confused? We have to understand that these are the same. This is the same bird. Two different feathers. They're playing us out. American people, they're playing us out. Enough is enough. Enough is enough. They knew if they went to one extremity that we would, as rational and sane people as most of us are, that that we would clearly say, no, this guy sounds way more rational than what the hell y'all been doing. This lady just campaigned on cleaning collard greens in a tub. The fuck are you talking about? I don't need just silly ass cleaning collard greens, stupid. What I needed you to do was secure the border. I didn't even know your collard green skills. I didn't even know culinary was a part of the requirements for your position, stupid. Now what's going on with the border? Why did we have 5,000 a day? You almost let 20 million people in this country? I think you will only do that if you already knew and colluded with the other side that he was going to come in and have to create something to kick these motherfuckers out, right? Because you're dealing with the Rand Corporation. When you think about this whole shit, you got to think like chess, bitch. IBM chess. Not 14th Union Square chess. You understand? Shout out to my chess players out there on 14th Street, Union Square. But you got to think like a chess master. In chess, you thinking 14 moves ahead, they said? I was never that good to think no goddamn 14 moves ahead. At best, maybe 3, 4. But there's no way you're playing chess and you're not thinking of your move and the next move and what you're doing and what's going to happen after that. There's just no way you're going to be good at all if you're not doing that little bit. So, having played chess, I said, okay, this is a big game to these fucking people. And you can fool some people sometime, but you can't fool all the people all the time. Get up, stand up. God damn it. Stand up for your rights. Hit the like button. So, what other reason would she have to bring in 20 fucking undocumented people? Then, of course, the mainstream media were told, hey, focus on the racial aspect of things. It's not about whether you're Spanish or not. It's not about that. It's all about resources. You didn't come into this country as a citizen. You're not accounted for. The way they give out the money is through having a roundabout number of how many people are in the household. I don't know what they were trying to accomplish. Some say, they were going to use these people to vote. That's why they tried to make it a law so that you could vote without any ID, which is fucking asinine. What are we doing? What are we doing? Let's see what they're up to now. The U.S. and Iran have agreed to strike a deal to end the conflict, with U.S. President Donald Trump saying the Strait of Hormuz oil shipping channel would also reopen. Pakistan's Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif, and by the way, guys, Pakistan does have nukes. So does India. Whose nation has been mediating, announced the deal on Sunday. He said both sides had declared the immediate and permanent termination of military operations on all fronts, including Lebanon. And this is where I lose all confidence in this deal, ladies and gentlemen. I'm just letting you know right now. I'll be very transparent with you. I don't think the state of Israel should have ever been created. Fuck if they should exist. They better never ask me that on the podcast. Do you think, because they think they're going to paint me in a corner so they could call me an anti-Semite. That's why they ask you that question. And then you're afraid to answer. Tucker Carlson is afraid to answer. No, you should not have ever been given fucking land. This is why for thousands of years you guys just roam the earth getting kicked out of countries. This is exactly why. Can you name any other group that was kicked out of over 100 countries for the history that we know of? No, you cannot. I don't waste my time, and I won't waste yours. Right? Even during the Civil War, you guys got caught selling fucking bullets to the other side. How about those apples? And the betrayal never fucking stops. So you come up with phony ass words like anti. This is a compound word. Means against. Shemitic has to do with the languages, which is not isolated to fucking Yiddish. Is exactly what you were speaking before you guys caught on. We better learn some goddamn Hebrew. They're catching on to our Yiddish shit. Yiddish is not even in the fucking language of the Shemitic languages. What are you doing? And when you put the two words together, how does that mean how does that mean the hatred of Jews? You fucking hypocritical, delusional people. Ridiculousness. When someone disagrees with you, you just start yelling out like the Karen you. Oh, he hates me! Everybody look, he hates me! Now I hate you, you fucking jackass. Now I hate you! I didn't before. But you're a jackass. And I happen to hate jackasses. Hit the like button. Now, not only were you selling fucking bullets to the other side during the Civil War, I think you were selling them to both sides, actually. Which is your style. That's the type of shit you do, and I wouldn't expect you to do anything other than that, what you do. But then, your silly ass and hateful ass shot up the USS Liberty. God damn it! Over 5,000 rounds into the USS Liberty. Did we get an accountable apology for that? No. We got a stupid response, a careless, a nonchalant. Oh, it's my bad. We didn't know who you were. You can't recognize an ally ship and you think you deserve your own fucking state? No, you don't. You're not ready. You're very immature. As a group of people with different bloodlines from all over God knows where. You're not a single people. You are some fucking mercenary group who've organized themselves. You've done nothing different than what Dr. York has done, and they threw him in jail for. He thought he was going to go to Atlanta, start his own nation in Atlanta off the banks of a river. He started his own language. He erected a pyramid. Well, guess what? America shut that shit down. Oh, no. You're not going to start a nation. If we allow you to start a fucking nation in our nation, it's going to be anarchy. They sent his ass away 135 years. You guys are no different. You're fucking delusional Khazarians. Hit the goddamn like button. You're delusional Khazarians who I do give credit for mastering fucking money magic. Woo! That you deserve a round of a fucking applause. You do. And black people, you can learn from these people. You can learn. Once you recognize the game and say, okay, we being targeted, this, that, and that, we got to move different. But for them to set a trap, we know the trap, and then we walk right in it, end up doing 35 years, come out, oh shit, real nigga coming home. I don't know nothing about that. I know we needed you out here, black man. We needed you in the community, being the fathers to your children. You understand? Now, some people came home with a different mentality. And salute to these brothers. You know, my brother did 25. Both of my brothers did 25. Salute, you know, they came home with, the reason I'm saluting them is because they came home with different mentalities. I'm not saluting them because they did fucking jail time. Give a fuck about that. Nigga, you was a drug dealer. Fucking up the community. Yeah, nigga sent your ass away. I had 4 sets of parents. I had 2 sets of parents. I had one pair that I never knew like that because I was taken away. They were both on drugs. So the only parent that I know are my adopted parents. That's it. And then one of them got hooked on crack cocaine. Thanks to the United States of the fucking America. Yeah. White people, knock it off and show some accountability, right? We just talking truth over here. Show some accountability. The government brought that shit in. It's declassified. You don't have to act so patriotic that you can't talk the truth, because that type of shit will not be allowed over here. Truth hurts. Government brought it in. Bush and Clinton was drug dealers. It is what it is. Stupid ass Nancy Reagan's out here. They just say no. Stupid is addictive. Just like the Oxycontin that the FDA approved. Dumb. The fuck do you mean? But you're going to create a business out of it. Just say no. Remember when your FDA approved the fucking Oxycontin that millions died off of? Saying it wasn't addictive? Yeah. Made a whole big business out of the crack shit. Anyway, my father gets hooked on the crack cocaine. Now I'm left with a single mother. Yeah, sad story. Anybody have small violins? I don't trust Netanyahu. He's gonna fuck up this deal. The proof is in the pudding. They've never been fully on board with America for some reason. And now I think they have a picture of Trump in a compromising position, giving BJs, allegedly, according to Mark Epstein. Mark Epstein asked his brother, Jeffrey, hey, does Putin still have the picture of Trump giving a BJ to Bubba? Bubba is the drug dealer from Arkansas. You know him as Bill Clinton. That's cold-blooded. A picture of you giving BJ's, my G. Fuck. And this is how they played. You understand? They had pictures of who's this? Hoover. Not GD Hoover from Chicago. The FBI director. Oh, they had all types. They had compromising pictures of him really giving BJ's, allegedly. You have to read One Nation Under Blackmail by Whitney Webb. He's giving BJ's. He's running around with Cardinal Spellman. Ah! Fairy Queens. When did America get so sensitive? I don't remember. Back in my days, fairies wasn't fucking sensitive at all. But But you didn't really pick on fairies either. You acknowledged it. Oh, he's a queer. And then you moved on. Those who didn't move on usually, in my opinion, were interested in the queers. Right? It just wasn't. It was a thing for a second, and then it just vanished. Right? You see a guy walking down the street in a dress, which he was we had a different name for him than a queer or a fairy. He was a transvestite. You say the whole thing. Transvestite. We didn't call him tranny. Transvestite. Oh, shit. It sounds like some medical condition. Like hermaphrodite. No, he just liked to wear ladies' clothes. It wasn't a big deal. Nobody beat him up. Nobody. I don't remember that many transvestites getting beat up at all. None. Now, queers were more prone to get into fights and stuff because then they dropped the F-bomb, right? The F-bomb was a funny word because it didn't really only apply to just queers. It applied to anybody that you wanted to make fun of. It was just a funny word. But now they don't want you to say it. Where's Archie Bunker when you need him? Anyway. They started working out. Now, they started working out, so check this out. All that shit is dead. That shit is a dub. Mouth off if you want to. Go ahead. He's at the gym at 4 a.m. Fuck around and find out. Huh? Keep it up. He's going to two-piece your ass and lay you out right in front of the fucking Walmart. Keep it up. What he does in his off time has nothing to do with you. Leave him alone. Mind your fucking business. Or don't. I'm here for the shit anyway. Throw your ass up on the big screen, get knocked out by the quiz. Yo, finish this damn article. I don't trust. The short of it is this: Netanyahu's not to be trusted, right? So allegedly, they're supposed to go to Geneva. Let me find the section where it says they're going to Geneva and sign the pact, which Trump was all signed on Monday, will extend a ceasefire for another 60 days. That's the first sign that this whole treaty is bullshit. If you're going to do a treaty, let's end the fucking war. You know how this war is not going to end? It's only going to go for another 60 days, during which the sides will negotiate details of a final agreement. Come on, bro. I am very happy to say it's signed. It's signed. The deal is all signed, Trump said during a meeting with French President Emmanuel Macron on Monday. Yo, is your wife a fucking guy, bro? Yo, what is going on, Emmanuel? Hold on, Emmanuel. I seen an image of your fucking wife shaking hands with the soccer team. And was like, bro, is that a fucking dude? Brigitte. God forbid. Brigitte, shit looks crazy, my boy. Nah, Brigitte. So they tried to put you in a bathing suit to show that you are a female? This is nasty work. Anyway, Candace Owens said that you was a man. I am not saying that. I am saying you look like a man, in my opinion. His comments come after senior U.S. administration officials said the agreement was signed electronically by Trump, Vice President J.D. Vance, and Iranian Parliament Speaker Mohammad Bagher Ghalibaf. An official signing ceremony will take place later this week in Geneva, which talks will continue to find permanent. I hope you learned your lesson. I'm gonna keep it real, Trump. We just need you the fuck out of there. You're compromised, my boy. You're no good to us like this. I don't know what's really going on. You're allegedly giving BJ's. Guess what? I don't give a fuck. Don't explain that. Don't. What happened was, I don't care. How about that part of the deal? What I care about now is, because you're compromised, we just need new blood, bro. We need somebody fucking totally new. Or the American people need to. Here's how I feel. Honestly, you would never, ever point a gun at me and tell me to dig a grave. You would never do that. Well, I can't say you would never do it. I would never do it. I would never dig a fucking grave. I say we all die. Right? Or you're going to kill me. Or we all rush you and you waste your bullets. America's playing a game it's going to lose. It is. It's playing a game it's going to lose. You don't have control of your science. Everyone that runs a department in the United States thinks they're Darth Vader. Stupid ass fucking Fauci's running around like the elf that he is, creating biological weapons. And even though I think the shit was released on purpose, there is a scenario where, hey, it could accidentally get released, right? And genuinely. Not like for fucking pretend so that we can try to escalate warp speed, taking over the world and turn it into a one world nation within a 10-year span. Not because of that. Like, genuinely, there is a scenario where a gain of function virus could leak into the public. And here's the sad part. I think that they already know it's going to happen because of the amount of movies and television shows that were released. When we're talking about The Walking Dead, when we're talking about I Am Legend, America's playing a game that they won't fucking win. Uncle Andy's in the building. Good morning, Winter. Hamd D. Bountier. He says you're black, you're a minority, got absolutely zero stake in this. Okay, he's trolling. Morning, Winter. Good morning, everybody. Hit the like button as we come in. I'm reading the comments right now. Jesse says, so now you're scared of zombies. Jess. Yo. You know what's fascinating? The level of intelligence on a lot of people. Just to watch people. Just look. Don't even comment a lot of times. Just look at humanity. Guarantee you just bust out laughing. Right? But at the same time, while you're laughing, please visit a gun store. Please visit a gun show like I do. And grab what you can. Because it'll be these idiots who's laughing now. So it's all a joke and a game. And guess what? Here's my response to that. Number 2, Bill Gates said there will be another pandemic. That's what the great Bill Gates said. He said there will be another pandemic. He should know. If there's anybody that should know, it should be him. My rationale tells me it cannot be at the same level that a COVID-19 was at, because that was figured out by a lot of people. Keep in mind, I don't know what type of species that I'm talking to in the chat, so I won't directly just put all my energy on these people. There's different people on this planet. There's different species on this planet. We're not all the same type of Homo sapiens sapien. We are humanoids. I'm not asking you. I say that with confidence. So who knows what the fuck he or she could just be an idiot, or they could just be somebody trying to throw off the conversation because I talk too much over here. They don't want really people to think about what I'm saying, because I might start making too much sense. So just using my rationale and logic, there will be another pandemic. There will be another virus that breaks out. There will. It will be stronger than the last one. It will. Clearly, we don't know what we're doing. We don't know how to put genies back in the bottle. Our leader just tried to attack Iran because someone gave him the confidence that, hey, you see how you went in Venezuela and shut off the lights? Which was embarrassing for Venezuela. That was ridiculously embarrassing. Someone shut off the lights and stole your fucking president. Bro, what are you guys doing? What did you spend the money on? Chicken fights? What the Jesus Christ. Anyway, Trump was gassed. Yo! It's going to be just like Venezuela. In and out. Yeah, they handed America their ass. Many people died unnecessarily. It wasn't just in and out. And now he's talking about he struck a deal. Did we need to waste that time? By the way, the Strait of Hormuz was already open. So, hey everybody, we did it. I'm so happy that I fucked up everything. And then I restarted. And that's where the magic is at, baby. That's how you do it. So you're scared of zombies now. They have viruses that can give off a zombie. Let me do you one better, jackass. America prepared for a zombie apocalypse. How about that, you dickhead? Hey, Jess! Hey, Jess! Did you know that? Oh, Jess is in the comment doubling down? Because Jess is an asshole that doesn't know shit. Yeah, Jess _D81. you're an asshole that don't know shit. Because if you knew anything, you would have known that America invested money in a zombie apocalypse. Yeah. How about that? Asking me if I'm scared of zombies. Ask your government why they spent $1 even on talking about this. And you know what they said, Jess? Let me save you the time. You know what they said? They said, oh, it was a spoof. Fuck you, it was a spoof. How about you stop taking taxpaying citizens' money for fucking jokes? Because there's nothing funny about you not being able to eradicate homelessness in this country. There's nothing funny about your directors. They can't even do the job with efficiencies when they're placed in these positions. Ain't shit funny for you to say, yo, how about us write a spoof about their... No, that wasn't... It was an apocalyptic plan for zombies. A fucking layout of how to deal with zombies. I didn't write that plan. You could go look that up. So, I'm going to keep it real with you. It's up to you what you... Don't ask me if I'm scared of zombies. I'm preparing for what I know to prepare for. All right. I'm going to move on. I said what I said about Trump. I don't trust him at all. Now, I want to get into some Jordan Maxwell shit, but that's going to be later. I think I want to go to Zip with the Drip. And then I'll move on to Prince Miller. And then I'll end my show with the dollar bill. Which really should go now, but I don't want to hold the people that's sticking around for the hip-hop shit too long. So, while I'm getting ready, hit the like button for that. All right, so here we have Esso, who's never been a rapper. Esso's never been a rapper. He's been like a manager. He's worked in the music industry. He's thrown parties. And then you have Zip with the Drip, who has been a rapper. And then I'm going to give my take on the situation after I let them talk.
So what made you jump into this game, Zip?
What, this content?
This whole
game?
content game from the beginning, not now, but from the very beginning. What made you jump in?
Trying to rap led me to this.
Okay.
I mean,
you was a rapper first? Okay.
I'm still a rapper. I still can rap. You know what I'm saying? Like I forgot how to rap, but I just don't be with that like that no more. I'm on content.
So what made you jump into it? So you was trying to rap, but what was like?
It was easier. Alright, so with it, like you always be shitting on the old rappers, right? And I don't be liking that. I don't be liking that shit, right? Because I think you part of the problem.
I don't be shitting on the old rappers.
I pay attention to what's going on. That's why everybody's not laughing for no reason.
You can't rap no more.
No, you tell niggas that can rap that they shouldn't even make more music, that they should just perform their old shit. That's what you say. That's your mantra.
They should.
Why them niggas shouldn't make more music if they could?
Because they're not making no money. Nobody listening to their shit. Only
People,
13,
they got clientele for that.
only 13 is listening to their shit and they not making no money.
All right, so right then and there, this was my biggest problem with Esso. Shout out to Heineken and Esso. I don't have any problems with them personally. But I do have a problem with his mentality, but I also understand why I have a problem with his mentality. I'm an artist, right? So let's just assume the music industry as a business did not exist yet. And you had someone who was really good at a thing. Whether it's entertaining, whether it's painting, an art form, if you will. Singing, dancing. If they're really good, I think someone is still going to hire them to entertain people. And then that person can do that for a living, right? This is before the distribution of art worldwide or anywhere. And what I'm getting at is art is a unique energy that is released from that individual. I can't get anywhere else, right? I don't know what's going to come out. I can ask y'all both to sing a song, but you're going to sing it your way and they're going to sing it theirs. And as human beings, we overlook any type of appreciation for someone's art, period. So what we've done is we've put people's art and ability to do things on a pedestal of, how much you getting paid for this? Well, if no one knows you and you're not getting paid for it, then you're not that good. And I think that's a horrible way for us to exist. And this is how we start to lose ourselves as human beings. Because we no longer appreciate someone's ability to do something because they don't have a big name. Jess said I got triggered over zombies. Guess what, Jess? I didn't. You got triggered at me trolling you. You see? I've been trolling people before it was a thing, Jess. You think I give a fuck? I don't. I've been creating content since elementary school. It's called being a class fucking clown. If I was really triggered on you, Jess, you would have got kicked out like the other guy who tried to race bait me. All he wrote was black fatigue. I kicked him out of the fucking show. Didn't even say his name. So clearly I had some respect for you and I was just fucking with you. That's it. My mother told me if you could dish it, you could take it. Right? It's easy to sit on the keyboard. Oh, I'm going to fucking say something. He's probably not going to read and make everybody laugh. When I do read your shit, catch you out there, pull your skirt up. Bah! Got you out there on Front Street. Now you're like, oh, this motherfucker got triggered on. Shut up, stupid. Enjoy the show. Stupid. You sitting here watching me. You could have been left, stupid. Enjoy the show, dumb. SO, I think where people are getting mistaken, right? We see SO, he's black, he's young, he's part of hip hop culture. And then we put him with like we're on the, as an artist, we say, oh, he can relate. He cannot relate to you as an artist because he's in hip hop for capitalism. He wants to make money off you. He's not hiding that. He's okay with that. We want you to know, yo, I can't make no dollars off you, fuck your art form. You're sitting there, writing lyrics, hoping that the people appreciate your double entendres and your wordplay. That's a real wordsmith right there. Right? I used to wake up 4 or 5 in the morning to finish my albums, and the words would just flow out 4 or 5, and I don't even know what I'm writing. The pen is just going. And it is not until I listened to it that I found that I wrote double entendres. I didn't even know it at the time. I said, oh. That's wow. So the inspiration comes from something that I don't even think scientists can explain. When you really start to hone in on your craft and do what you do as an individual, which has nothing to do with money. You surviving on this planet probably has something to do with money, but your art form is your art form. Yes, they have industries where people make money off of that. Whether you want to get involved in that or not. I met a girl, beautiful Caucasian girl. Her name is Julie. She's on my Instagram. I was doing Uber. Me and Julie had a long ride. We get to talking. Julie could sing. I'm talking about blow it down. Skinny young white girl. She's out here giving Negroes a run for their money when it comes to the melodies. She was phenomenal. I said, Julie, what are you doing? Every time I see Julie on Instagram, she has a foot in the sand in Santa Monica or something. She don't give a shit about whatever she's doing. It's not about making money off of her art form. And I truly believe she only sung that day because it wasn't a big crowd. She had the ability. It was just me. And I said, wow, that's crazy. If you looked at her Instagram, she doesn't have one song up. You wouldn't even know she sings. Everyone doesn't want to get connected with the vultures, the capitalistic vultures. And SO, just because he's young and black, doesn't mean he's not a capitalistic vulture. He gives a shit about hip-hop, in my opinion. He don't care about hip-hop. He'll dress hip-hop. He talks hip-hop. He'll do business in hip-hop. He don't give a shit about hip-hop.
That's why the game is meant to make money. If you want to have fun and you want to be creative, you can go over there creative and have fun. And while your 13 people want to listen to your shit, 18 people download your channel.
Can we use somebody for an example that you're talking about?
Nah, I'm not gonna use nobody
because I want to show you.
I don't want to use nobody
because they could go direct to consumer and get a couple dollars with that shit.
I don't want to use nobody's name because
let's use me.
Using the
But you can't use you because you're not a legacy artist. That don't even work. You're a new artist.
All right, so look, check it. So like a legacy artist. So like say somebody like any one of the legacy artists that got 500,000.
You don't gotta name their names. You just say it.
They got 500,000 followers on the Instagram.
Okay,
right?
that's what.
If they put a project out with 10 songs on it, 11 songs on it, they can sell that shit for $20 a pop. Direct to consumer.
Where?
You. Just.
He said, who? You. Okay, we're not doing commercials. YouTube. You know that. Stop trying it. Let's get through this commercial. Skip.
And I ain't nobody. This is what I'm saying. I ain't got
an entity though. You different. You not
these is legacy.
Hey, it's levels to this shit, okay? Like I tell them, I deal with the major leagues. I deal with who wants to be number one. I don't give a fuck about who wants to drop a record and be heard and make $38, $1,000 a month, $2,000 a month off of records. For me, that's a waste of time. If I'm gonna make $2,000 off a record, I could make way more money away from that shit while I'm recording, trying to do studio time, mixing, promoting, and all
Split
that.
sheets,
that
all that
don't make it.
You taking
For
an
the
L.
money, it don't make no sense. For people who haven't made money in the business, it might make.
There you go. So Zip, have a conversation about that. I hope Zip does. You understand? I hope. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. Let me just check something. I hope Zip has a conversation about the difference in who's who. Y'all not the same, Zip. Right? You're not the same. Esso's not an artist. I don't even think Heineken is an artist. So you have two brothers who clearly worked in the music industry. Which is not, they will never know. And that's the problem right there. Everyone gets grouped into the same category. Music industry. And they have no idea what it means to create art. Whether it's painting. What type of inspiration comes from that? I have 5 albums. Well, now 6 albums. I just released a jazz and funk album. Albums take time. And most of those songs on the jazz and funk album didn't have lyrics. So I only had to write lyrically maybe 4 of the words. The rest was compositions. It still took time. It still took inspiration. People want to know why Lauryn Hill, she takes so much time off. You guys don't understand. A true artist like Lauryn Hill, I need something to write about. Right? I just seen Winter. She says, love, good flow, and good message. Most of it is crap these days. You know why it's crap, Winter? Everyone is trying to produce something to sell, to make money. Right? So no one is sitting down and saying, hey, I just want to create something I love. And then imagine doing that, Winter. Sitting down, creating something you love. This could go on for weeks. This could go on for months. And then you take it to the label, and then the label says, nah, it's crap. This is not going to sell. Now you're confused. Or they put an A&R with you, someone who is supposed to guide the album, where you guys are not compatible. Jasmine Sullivan's first album off of J Records, Clive Davis put Missy Elliott with Jasmine Sullivan. That wasn't a good match. Yeah, her first single was hard. But after that, it was trash. And not because Jasmine Sullivan can't sing. It was trash because what real business did Clive Davis have putting Missy Elliott with Jasmine Sullivan? Other than, I know that you and Timbaland are hot and y'all could probably make this type of heat, which this is what the young kids are bopping to today. Man, fuck all that. That girl has an amazing voice. Maybe she don't need to be making BBD bop music. Huh? Jasmine Sullivan never was supposed to be singing no goddamn BBD bop music. I would have loved to heard her team up with Layla Hathaway. There was so many different artists. By now, she should have had a residency. If she was handled right, and I was in the business and had to say so, she would have had a residency at Vegas by now. Because that's how I would have set her up. But they took a totally beautiful voice and tried to reduce it to bibbity bop. Nonsense. Because people in the music that are capitalists in the music industry don't care about your art form. Now, as far as him saying old rappers shouldn't rap anymore, make any new music, from a business standpoint, if I'm going to keep it 1,000 with you, he might be correct. However, Styles P dropped a new album. He dropped it's not brand new. I think I'm maybe 2 years late. His older stuff I wouldn't have really listened to. It was more street orientated. As Styles got older, Styles P lost a daughter. You understand? He's still with the same woman he was with all those years. They have matured. The ups and downs. They've made it through a whole bunch of stuff. He came out on the good end. He had to be smart. It's not like they were selling albums like that. When I met Styles once, he was living at the Ritz-Carlton in White Plains. I was making a little bit of money at that time working for a software firm. I said, let me see what this is looking like. Go ahead and ask these people how much your apartment is over here. It was decent, I think. It was something like $5,000 a month. Then I moved to, what's this place called? I moved to a part of the Bronx that was really, it was a nice neighborhood, but it wasn't that many blacks. I try not to move into neighborhoods where it's like one race and I'm going to be fucking outnumbered. I don't like that shit. Anyway, I did move there, and it was like I was in a 1950s movie. The fucking guy that lived right next to me was an actual racist. Hand the guy. His daughter was the big racist. And I think he just performed like a racist. Because when she wasn't around, he would be rude to me all the time. But if his daughter wasn't around, one day he got fucking sick. And I'm like, yo, you need me to go to the store for you, like, and get shit, bro? You're not good. And he looked at me, he's like, you would do that for me? In my head, I said, yes, you're the asshole, not me. You've been... Don't try to turn me into an asshole with you, bro. Now, do you want something? Do you need something or not? After that, he would talk to me whenever his daughter wasn't around. His daughter hated fucking black people. They were Italian, which is fucking crazy. Right next to me were an Irish couple. I don't mean like descendants from Ireland. Straight from the motherland. Sweet as hell. So I locked myself out when I moved in. And she's outside. And I had to go. Right? I'm like, fuck. I had to do something. All my shit is inside. She gives me her cell phone. This is the crazy shit. And I thought it was just to make one call. So I give it back, and she's like, well, you're going to need it. I'm like, what? She was like, you don't have a phone. It's inside your house. You're locked out. And I was like, yeah, but this is your... She was like, when you get straight, just give back the phone. She wasn't trying to get at me. Her husband was right there. She was like, what, are you going to run off? It's like, no, but... She was like, all right, take it. She said it in the Irish accent that I'm not even going to attempt to try. And I was like, holy shit. Life is nuts. They weren't racist, obviously. And then next to them, you had true Italian. They're not Irish. They're not Italian descendants. They were true straight from fucking Italy. His yard was immaculate all the time. That's one thing I can say about the goddamn Irish, the Italians. They're not bullshitting when it comes to landscaping and all that. They're not playing around. It doesn't matter how small or big the yard is. That shit is immaculate. I'm trying to remember his name. He didn't speak English, only Italian. His wife spoke broken Italian and English, but you can understand what she's saying. I don't know how we got mixed up with them, but let me tell you something. This guy used to bang on my window every Friday. Bang, bang, bang. After a while, me and my wife... Well, first we were startled. What the fuck? After a while, we knew it was him. He comes over every Friday with a big plate of pasta. Big bowl of food. Every Friday. Sent by his wife. What I realize is it's a way to know someone because they have to bring the dish back. Right? So, she makes the food. You got to bring the plate back. When you bring the plate back, oh, come in. You can't say no. You can't say no. Come in. Oh, I got to come in. So you're going to come in. And now it starts. I make the coffee for you. It's not a question, do you want the coffee? I make a coffee for you. Sit down. And now you're going to have a broken English conversation. You're getting to know each other. Pasquale! That's his name. I knew it was going to come to me. His number's on my fridge downstairs. Pasquale and Patricia. Oh. Beautiful fucking people. But you had the one guy. And again, I don't think he was racist, that one guy. He would talk to me when his daughter's not around. His daughter never came around. It could have been something. Who knows? I don't think you should stop doing your art no matter how old you get. And for me, it was never about becoming a superstar. I like to write. I haven't been motivated to write an album, a rap album. So now I'm doing funk and jazz. And I'm finishing a gospel album as we speak. Maybe I'll play one of the songs when I end the show. So I'm finishing a gospel album right now. So Zip, I'm going to be with you on this one, Zip. I agree with you. But Zip, it don't got to be about money all the time. Yo, Zip, this is what I would say. What I would love to hear. I would love to hear somebody just drop a song or an album where they're not trying to figure out if people are going to like it or not, right? I don't that's the other thing that happened to the music industry. It became, oh, this is not going to sell because it doesn't sound like this. Remember, we went through a period in the 90s, 2000s where everything sounded the same because they're like, oh, this is what's selling right now, and if you're not doing it like this, then it's not going to sell. And that's what happened with rap when it came to rap became more singy. And then these people that weren't good wordsmiths, because rap is it's poetry, but you have to have a talent for poetry. Like, you have to be able to put words together and make sense and tell stories out of these poetry. If you can't do that, and you're just trying to put in what the capitalists are saying or selling, hey, you got to add more street da 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 da, then you're gonna just sit up there saying obscenities and nonsense. And like Winter said, it's gonna be crap. Why would I want to listen to just vulgar obscenities about nonsense? I don't want to hear it. But check this out. If you are an amazing wordsmith, you can turn what you're feeling into something that is entertaining, that is interesting, where I'm still gonna look like, oh shoot. So even if you're talking about selling drugs, even if you're talking about shooting, you're gonna present it in a way that captures my interest. There's no, that's not what these writers are doing. They could care less. It's more about the producer. Is this song hot? And then they're going to just do some jingles on it and then present it to the people like they're idiots, like we have to take it. And that may work for this generation. It may work for the younger generation. But Zip said something on this episode. He said there's still a demographic for those older people. Yes, for my age, I want to hear your skill set when I listen to it. It doesn't, I will determine whether it's going to rub me the wrong way, right? But like I said, you could rap about whatever. Where's your skill set at? So this is why I can listen to a Black Thought. I can listen to a Benny the Butcher. Benny the Butcher's talking about selling drugs, no doubt. That's what he did with his life. But he's elegant with words. Black Thought is just phenomenal. He's fucking out of here. He's a fucking beast.
Makes sense.
I get what you're saying, because I ain't never make no money.
Because some money
in the business, but I made some
cool
money
for
like
them,
that.
right? So being in this business and knowing what the money's really like and knowing what you put into it, it doesn't make sense. Every older rapper that I ask that has money, I'm like, why are you doing it? They're doing it as just promotion to stay relevant. They don't really give a about putting out a dope record. You know why? Because they know it's not going to make it to the radio. It's not going to boom like they need to boom. So they put this shit out to make you say, all right, well, he's still out. And what
they got clientele that want to hear that shit.
What does he do?
See what Zip said? If they got good content, I want to hear it. Fuck is you, SO? And my question is not for SO, but it's people like, and there's a bunch of them that think like that. And these are the music executives. And you will never make it to be a music executive if you're not thinking on the same frequency as an SO. Hey, because that's the bottom line. That's why it's called the music business.
He goes and he performs his own shit that everybody loves anyway. That's what everybody does when the veteran rappers is doing their songs. Nobody gives a about their new shimmy. It's the old shimmy.
Think about T.I.'s new record.
Listen, I just went to the Ghostface show, you heard?
Yeah.
I just went
Supreme
to the Ghostface.
Clientele.
Yes, you know what I'm saying? And that's what I'm saying. The new shit, that's having rocking just like the old shit. Like, is new shit having rocking just like the old? I just was there. I'm talking about, like, I went and met them. That was like an honor for me.
Hold on. Let me see when Styles P dropped this last album. When was Styles P last album? Okay, his last album A calm wolf is still a wolf. Woof. A calm wolf is still a wolf, Pete. Okay, maybe I'm thinking about the wrong album. What album was Hit Different Styles P on? That was 2021. How long has Styles P been in the music industry? Since '94. He's been in the music industry for over 30 years. So I don't agree with you, SO. Because if I go to Hit Different, Styles P, I'm not going to play the whole song. Oh, I didn't even know he had a video for this. Wait, this joint got 3.4 million views? Wow.
Get exclusive Mortal Kombat 2 wallpapers for your PC.
You guys got me. Shut up.
Space Ghost, you know.
Alright, they said 8 seconds at a time. That was 8 seconds. I'm gonna let it play for another 8 seconds.
Back at it as usual. I begin high, stinging in high spirits. Riding my life, but I'm watching.
And that's all I'm gonna give you right there. Right? But I can tell you this. He's not talking like he's a young boy in this song. He's talking to somebody like, yo, this is what I do now. Right? He's talking about eating alkaline food, staying out of messy business. That's what he's talking about. Why wouldn't I want to listen to that? Because I am mature, and guess what? I'm not the same person when they dropped their first, when they was on those mixtapes with Clue and all that. I was a young boy running around New York City then. Now I'm an older man who's married, and my 8th grader is in college. My concern is to take care of my family and protect my family. So I don't have a lot in common with the 18-year-old me. So shout out to Netflix Zip for giving us that content. I look forward to watching the entire episode. Moving on to Prince Miller. Now here's the thing. Prince Miller, the name of his show is called The Prince Miller Show. However, he has a spin-off called Family Matters. And this is part 4. Now, I like this episode. And we can get into this episode right now. Morning, Unc. Roby, what's good with you?
Jimmy is an informant. He's always been an informant. And at one time he was a confidential informant. But everybody knows that he's been these things.
Now, let me say this. I genuinely like the Gerald Prince Miller that I know, which is, I don't know him only from the podcast. That's the only way I know him. My hang up with him is he says these things about people and he doesn't provide the proof right then and there. Now, I'm not talking about Jimmy Henchman, because I do believe that Jimmy Henchman might have done what they said he did. But I did stick up for Bimmy. And Zip said to me one time, me and Zip was talking, and he said, yo, yeah, I was talking shit about me. Zip, I was never talking shit about you. I was saying that you was a liar. And then that's when Zip took offense with me, because you couldn't prove what you were saying about someone. You said that Bimmy was a rat, this, that, and the third, because someone gave you some paperwork and his name wasn't on the paperwork. Being that his name, you assumed that the person in the paperwork called Music was Bimmy. Oh, it had to be Bimmy. Bimmy was in the music industry. There was other people there that was in the music industry. So, a whole big thing happened. Zip didn't like that. You know, the research that I was doing and 10 Toes Down was doing was showing holes in Zip's argument. I never took it as personal as 10 Toes Down. So it was like, nah, I never said I didn't like your raps or your podcast, bro. I said you're lying about calling, until you show me some type of proof that Bimmy is a rat. I don't think you could do that. You couldn't be able to do that in the prison system. So since you called yourself, he told me one day, I said, yo, Zip, me and you just alike, but we both street niggas. He said, we're nothing alike. I'm a jail nigga. This is what he said to me. Okay, if you, being that's how you a jail dude, all right, cool. Could you go and just start calling people a rat in jail? Can you do that, yes or no? The answer is no. It's a rhetorical question. The answer is definitely no. You're going to have some fucking proof, and it better be solid proof, or they're going to pack your ass up, man. So why would I allow anybody to come in the free world and just start calling people rats, especially people I fuck with, and you don't? My thing is this: if the dude is a rat, show me the paperwork so we could pack this nigga up. You understand what I'm saying? Pack Bimmy up, get you the fuck out of here. But you didn't do that. And no one has been able to do that. So when Prince first came home, and him and his nephew and his family, they dropped a documentary, and I'm talking about the smallest piece that had nothing to do in that documentary, because I bought the documentary with my own money. And out of nowhere, had nothing to do with nothing, it said James Anthony has been an informant for over 30 years, blah, 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 blah. And I said, oh, shit. Then they asked Prince Miller on another podcast, yo, the things you said about Bimmy, can you address that? Prince Miller said, when I get my own podcast, I'm going to address that. Well, you've had your own podcast for close to a year now, Mr. Miller. And I like it. I like it. You say you don't got fans. I'm a fan of the show, man. But this ain't about me being a fan of the show or not. I'm not even trolling right now. I like what you and P2 got going on. He got a different, it's a younger energy, but he shoots it straight. I fuck with that. You shoot it straight, but from an older generation. But what y'all not shooting straight is why y'all called Bimmy a rat. So if Prince pulled out the stupid, crazy triple stack of paperwork on Henchman. Yo, bro. Mr. Miller, please, bro. Where's the paperwork on Bimmy, man? I purposely didn't bring it back up because I'm like, yo, I don't want to ruffle no feathers. That's not what my content is about. But I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm multifaceted. So I don't only like to talk politics. I don't only like to talk about extraterrestrials. I don't only like to talk about ancient history. I'm aware of what's going on in the current day, bro. My ears is to the streets. But YouTube wanted me in a bubble. That was YouTube that wanted me to do that shit. They was like, yo, you can only talk about, you got to tell us what you're talking about so we know how to present your show. And I don't like that fucking strategy. Yeah, I just want to talk about whatever I want to talk about. How about that? Who's this? Hell no.
The question is, some people just don't care. And so I'm going to speak a little bit about that only because I want him to understand, I want people to understand, if you're going to get somebody to clean up your jacket or to clean up a lie, rather, that somebody's telling on you, use your own family, use your son. Don't use Preem's son. Don't use somebody else to do that. You got.
Susan says, treat others as you wish to be treated. And that's what it comes down to. Because I've had people tell things on me that weren't true. And you know who they were talking about, Susan? They were talking about somebody else that looked exactly like me. Matter of fact, when they showed me the picture, I was flabbergasted and was like, that's not me, but it looks like fucking me. It wasn't me. It wasn't me. That is, and what a bizarre fucking coincidence. That it would be somebody else out here doing some crazy shit, and then it's like, nah, I've seen you. You didn't see me, bro. So, there's misunderstandings all the time, and the way we get to these through these misunderstandings is intelligence, meaning information, research, right? Now, if you guys have the paperwork on Bimmy, that's one thing. But you already put it out there. You already said you already tried to mess up his brand, calling him. And guess what? Prince Miller is a stand-up guy. So if he said, yo, this one's a snitch, everybody's going to take his word. So now it's like, nah, you know he's a snitch. Prince Miller said it. Meanwhile, even his own cousin's like, yo, I hear what you're saying, but I ain't never heard it. So you, and I'm me, bro. And I never heard nothing like that. You know what Prince did? He upped it on him. Yo, I got the paperwork right here. Big three big ass stacks of paperwork on Jimmy Henchman. Yo, I got 3 big ass stacks. Big stacks. Paperwork. Your boy's a snitch. You want to read it? P2 said, nah, I don't want no parts of that. He said, you don't want to read it, do you? He said, nah. Hurt my heart. Here's the thing. Whip out those same stacks on Bimmy. I want to read it. Because you promised that you was going to show the people. And you haven't brought that up. And that's my only gripe with you. Other than that, I love the show. I'm a fan of the show. I like what you're doing. You're bringing class. You're bringing a certain energy to black content on the internet that I like to see. Please keep it up, brother. Please keep it up. I wish the best for your brand. I hope you grow. I see what you're doing. The brand is immaculate. You know, the logo, the Prince Miller Show. You already have advertisers from Advanced Injury Care Clinic. Like you bro. They should recognize what you're doing and take some notes.
A son who can speak up. You let your son speak up. Because I'm not going to let you be trying to help somebody like that when this dude, man, I know people that he put in jail. Mm-hmm. I was in jail with somebody that he put in jail. And he went through the prosecution in Eastern District of New York.
From what I
hold up.
Okay.
I ain't finished.
Okay, got you.
Can't shut me up that quick.
Okay, got you.
Right? And you know, I got this much paperwork on that man. Profit sessions, I got all kind of stuff. The man is an informant. You know what I mean? He's a confidential informant. It's simple as that. And I'm gonna tell you one more thing. Just because he's in the federal prison and nothing has happened to him, because nothing has happened to him, he's on Muslim time. He's not on New York time. He's under the banner of the Muslims. When I got arrested back in the days, Muslims was making people like Jimmy walk the grass, cut the grass, and go up top. He would have to pray from the hole because he couldn't stay in no penitentiaries because they were more serious when I came in 1993 and on up. If you was a Muslim and they discovered that you was hot or you prophet or you gave information, you couldn't stay on the compound. They would butcher you. But now it has changed. Now, if you a Muslim, they forgive you for your sins, even if you hot. In most of the penitentiaries, you can stay on the compound. So for him to say to you, this is the part that gets me. He's telling you, and he wants the people to hear, ain't nothing happening to me, man. I'm on the compound, man. I'm walking the yard, man. I never even have an argument. First of all, you protected. You protected from your homies getting at your butt because you're a Muslim. And for the homies and the Muslims to go to war in the penitentiary would be a big thing. So don't act like you walking around there because you a tough guy or because you a reasonable guy or because you even a stand-up guy. You only living in there because you're a Muslim and because you got people who don't care that you hot and you got a little money. And then you got some solid dudes who Muslims who compromising themselves and allowing you to stay there. So you can play that game with my cousin and with others, but you can't play that game with me. Now, I wouldn't even say nothing about it if he wouldn't have used you or you wouldn't have allowed yourself to be used. He could have kept calling to do what he want to do, but don't use somebody to put out an image that you in prison in the feds and you walking like we walked.
Yeah.
Like good men, like your father, like me, like other good men that did fed time. You got people like Lorenzo Fat Cat Nichols, who went to the grand jury on me, right? Put me in prison. You got other rats, high power rats, much tougher than Jimmy, who ain't even walking the yard. You know where they at? They went to the witness protection program because they knew they couldn't walk that yard. Because at that time, it was vicious. Right now, them penitentiaries is full of a few solid people and a bunch of lames. That's what the federal system is. So a person like Jimmy Henchman could walk around there with no problem because he's buying people who's solid, who normally wouldn't play that need some money. You got people compromising their principles. Then I'm going to tell you another thing real quick, and then I'm going to let you speak. When you're trying to go home from the penitentiary, you don't want to be involved in a bunch of nonsense. So a lot of people, the thing about the Muslims is, even though they are protecting some hot people in the federal penitentiaries now, like Jimmy Henchman, some of them are really solid and dealing for real. And what they are trying to do is go home. So they don't want to be involved in the nonsense. When you're involved in the gangs, the cliques, and the cars, it's a lot of nonsense with that stuff in the penitentiary. You got to always be worried about what your homie doing. You can get into this trouble, that trouble. You got to get your homies off the yard because they're going to get you trapped off. They can get you killed in there. So basically, you know, a lot of people turn Muslim not only because they want to deen, but really because it's so much stuff that's going on when you ain't Muslim. But when you Muslim, all you got to do is do your 5 prayers, go to Juma service on Friday, man, you left alone, whether you hot or not.
Right.
So yeah, he's that's what that's about.
Yeah.
Man, you know.
So, but like you said in your I want to call it a soliloquy, or like your whole piece that you just did, right? That you have this paperwork and that paperwork. Me personally, like, I never see no paperwork. I never read no paperwork. What I see on the internet, only person I see on the internet saying anything bad about him is this rapper dude, right?
All right. So I want to make both of y'all accountable, bro. Where's the real paperwork on Bimmy? Nobody has Afro. The dude Afro had put out some bad paperwork on Bimmy. He wrote up himself. Zip gets a hold of it. He brings it. Why wouldn't he? He's a content creator. This is about to make him hot. He has beef with 10 Toes Down. 10 Toes Down is Bimmy's man. Cool. That's what y'all want to do. Y'all want to play games? You going to make me famous. Huh? He goes at Bimmy. Got this on you. Fine. We looked through it. The whole internet. People that have been doing this for years in prison. People that have been going over people's paperwork in prison. People better than I when it comes to reading that stuff. I talked to Zip and said, yo, you never been to prison. Which is to say you don't know how to read prison paperwork. Right? So I'm like, Zip, you delusional, bro. Why would I think I went to college? I think I could read. I took some law classes. I don't think I had to go to jail to run through this. You have holes in this. It's not saying that James. So then they go and then they docker up some paperwork with his name on it. I said, oh man, this is crazy. 10 Toes Down goes and gets the original paperwork. Bimmy's name is not on it. Which prove, okay, now y'all playing internet games. Y'all was out here doing sucker shit. So instead of saying, and this is my problem right here, because I spoke to Zip recently, you know, like 2 months, 3 months ago, whatever. He said I was talking shit about him. Zip, I wasn't talking shit about you. I was saying what was what. If we're going to be stand up, if we're going to get P2 and you're talking, what you just said was stand up. But why can't you be like that all the time? Why is it only like that with Jimmy Henchman and your cousin is sitting there with a stack of paperwork on this dude? Prince Miller, why is it only like that with some people? Let's get to the bottom of this Bimmy situation. Enough. I enjoy the shows, but enough is enough. P2 and Prince Miller and Supreme for that matter, because it was supposed to be Supreme who said it. Right? Me personally, I think it was AI. I think it was genius work, but this is what I really think. I think P2 and them was and say, "Yo, let's get the AI to say it, boom, 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 boom," and this way, it can never be said that Supreme said it. But it sounded like Supreme was on a phone call and he said, yo, for over 30 years. I don't think that shit is true. You boys and queens got a lot of explaining to do, and you got to clean that shit up. We not doing that. We not fucking doing that. And check it out. The same energy I'm giving for me saying, yeah, we not doing it, is the same energy I'm going to give Bimmy. If you say, yo, Saladin, let me sit down with you and show you something. I didn't want to do this because da-da-da-da-da-da-da. But you show it to me and I'm like, oh, shit, this is accurate. This is on point. Bimmy, we not doing this. We not doing this, right? And it's just how I live life, man. It's just how I live life. And right now, y'all out of pocket, and he's not out of pocket. And I'll continue to watch the show, and I'll continue to call you out the longer y'all don't put it out, because y'all said, if I say it, you can take it to the bank that is true. Well, you said it. You definitely said it. So now I'm waiting for you to take us to the bank that is true. Other than that, love the show. And I want to see them continue to work together. That's the Prince Miller Show, ladies and gentlemen. The Prince Miller Show. Please go over there and subscribe. Okay? Now, the last part of my show, which we'll probably do for like 20 minutes only, we got to get some information in us. You understand? We got to get some information in us. And a lot of times we lose information the longer that the narrative is controlled by other people. So what I would like to do right now is go to a man who has passed on. He has transitioned, but he learned from one of the greats. You understand? He learned from Manly Palmer Hall. Manly Palmer Hall was a very knowledgeable man who happened to be a Mason, but he also taught Jordan Maxwell. Jordan Maxwell got a lot of information from him. Let me say that to you. So what we're going to do now is I would like to listen to Jordan Maxwell explain the American system of money and how we deal with money in America, from the creation to it and all this. I'm skipping a certain part and I'm starting at one spot, but let's go until the end of the show. Let's hit the like button if you're just coming in. Instagram, I don't know what to tell you. When I log off of Instagram, I see people did watch, but I have no, you don't have to hit the like button. I don't give a shit, Instagram. I don't care what you do.
And ask for loans to give us some money, loan us some money so we can keep our corporation going. Well, the bankers there said, well, why would we do that? You are already broke. So why would we turn around and give you money when we know you're broke? So how are you going to pay us back if we did give you the money? Well, the British bankers and the international bankers in Europe came up with a brilliant idea. We'll loan you the money on whatever it is you need. We'll give you a blank check and you can do whatever you want with it, and we'll loan you the money. But what we want is, we want your citizens as collateral. And so the idea was, we'll give you lots of money, but we want your daughter, okay? We want your son. We want your wife. And so today we are collateral for the money that was borrowed to keep the corporation going back in the...
And it makes sense. It totally makes sense. When I look at, we ran into some money issues. 1905, I think we had a market crash, but some say that market crash was induced by J.P. Morgan himself. Right? Again, our own people inflicting pain on us. Right? And these are people who want to cause a problem so that they can create a solution and provide the solution. So I think that's what that was all about. However, when it came to providing the solution, they didn't come to the American intellects, the American economists. Nah, who did they go to? They went to German Jews, which is just baffling to me. Baffling. These are the same people who have been kicked out of over 100 fucking countries. Most of it for usury. Because usury was destroying the fabric of those countries. And they said, get the fuck out of here with your fucking Babylonian money magic. Scott, get out of here. and we let them in. And the United States has not been the same ever since. And the deal we signed is exactly what Jordan is talking about. And that's why in 1913 you have the IRS created, where they pin a number to us called the Social Security number. You have the birth certificate with at the bottom there's a docket number. These people think this shit through. This is not like a willy-nilly framework. So now they're going to force every employer to verify that this person is exactly this person. And now if they work for you, what we want is we're going to tell you it is your responsibility to pay us through whatever they owe. You got to give it to us. If you don't do this, then you're not allowed to start a corporation. You're not allowed to do business here. Of course, the business owners are going to be like, well, I don't want any problems. Everyone has to pay taxes, so I don't have any problem doing that. Shout out to the original man. Original man is in the building. Peace to the gods in the earth.
1870s to the First World War. And so today, we still talk about how we have a national debt. We have to pay off this national debt. No one's ever asked the question, who are we paying off? Who are we in debt to? My God, I thought we were the most powerful country in the world, and we're the envy of the whole world, and yet we have a national debt. And so the politicians tell, no, what it is just that we owe ourselves. You know, we do a lot for you, and so we spend a lot of money on you, building your bridges and all that kind of stuff we do. And so we just want to keep it in the house. So you need to pay us, your government. Yeah, but it's not your government. It represents the bankers of Europe and England. And there is a debt, and you will pay it, because the British bankers loaned us a lot of money to build our railroads and our airports and our highways and all kinds of things that we've been building America, and it's very impressive. Yeah, but you don't have any money. You went broke during the First World War. And so that's why we today are a collateral for the debt. We do have a national debt. And ultimately, at the bottom line is the Vatican. The Vatican is the ultimate bottom line on all of this dark dealings behind the scenes with bankers in Europe, wars and violence. The whole banking establishment is based on the Vatican canon law. It's a very big story about the history of the world. That the 33rd president of the United States was Harry Truman. And Truman made an interesting statement. Somebody asked him, is there anything going on in history that we haven't been told? And he said, the only thing that's hidden in history are the facts of life that you don't know. How this country really was founded, and where the money really came from, and who you really are. That you don't know, well, that's the real hidden history of this country. All of this stuff that you think you understand, nobody really understands how this system works. It's based on your blood, it's based on your body, it's based on putting your children up as collateral for later bills. It's a remarkable story, and it brings into play the Pirates of the Caribbean, the Federal Reserve, international wars, like used to many years ago. They used to say, war is good business. You should invest your son. It's just a business. Today we even have people called fight promoters.
Let's just stop right there and we think about it. Now today they announced that the deal with Iran was successful. Well, the problem I have is many people have amnesia. Iran didn't even want to go to war. This was your idea. Or rather said, I say this was Israel's idea. And America said, well, we got to tag along. Why do you got to tag along? They shot the USS Liberty up fucking 5,000 times. What do you owe these fucking people? How much money? You're writing these infrastructure bill, and then you're sticking deep inside the infrastructure bill billions of dollars that you want to give to fucking Israel. So to me, it's not about American patriotism if clearly the people who are leading this country are unpatriotic. You're not patriotic. You care about another state more than you care about this state. It's either that or you're going to get a kickback in which you're a fucking criminal. Right? In which you're jeopardizing my life so that you could come up with a grand scheme. And I get it. But I overstand it. If you're not subscribed to the channel, subscribe to the channel. I see 3 people. And I don't really care about the people who leave. My show is not for everybody. You understand? I'm out here saying bold shit. I'm out here calling people's God a farce. I'm out here saying banned words that they said we can no longer say. Yeah, that's me. I get it. You're not ready for this. As you shouldn't be. Unsubscribe. You understand? I'm talking to the other people. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Hit the like button. A lot of people say what they think wants to be heard. I don't care about that.
Put up the money and they organize the fight and they pick out who's going to fight who and they pay both sides. And the whole thing is a show. This is why during wartime, you'll hear the generals talking about the wars in the Pacific theater.
Websites your competitors don't want you to know.
Easy, bro. Easy. Let's get you the fuck up out of here.
A theater is a word used in relation to a show. And that's why, because it is a show. And then you get into the esoteric symbols. On the dollar bill side with the pyramid has 13 layers. There are 13 layers in the pyramid. There are 72 stones in the pyramid. The pyramid has an all-seeing eye that's not touching the pyramid. Above it, it has the letters in Latin says Annuit Coeptus. Basically, Annuit Coeptus simply means our enterprise or our project now is a success. What project? What is it that's a project that's now a success? On the bottom, it says Novus Ordo Seclorum. Novus is a novice, meaning new. Ordo as order, and seclorum is secular, which means of the world. It's secular. It's a secular project, and it seems to be working. So our project is now a success. What? The new order of the world. When you hear people talk about the new world order, it's on the American dollar bill, new world order. And it's based on what? It's based on the ancient Egyptian concepts of government, finance, law, and the way the ancient Egyptians understood the world at large. That's why you have a pyramid. Now, interesting, the word pyramid comes from, it's actually 2 words. A lot of people don't know this. Pyramid is 2 words put together, pyra and mid. Pyra is fire, like pyromaniacs. Pyrotex is fire. And mid simply means middle. So you put the 2 together, it becomes pyramid, or the fire in the middle. This is why today, when you go into public buildings like restaurants and hotels, you will see the restrooms for male and female, right? And on the male restrooms, all over in the public, will always be a pyramid. It's always a triangle or a pyramid on a male restroom. Women's is always a circle on the women's. Why? Because the pyramid is fire in the middle. And so the idea was that the fire of sex is in the middle of the human body. And so the women are also involved with this. They're called the circle of life. They keep the circle of life going. Without the women, there's no children.
Hey,
you'll see.
Without the women, there's no children. I read a book 20 years ago. I don't know where that book is at. It's somewhere close, but I don't know where it is right now. I just went to the library last week. I got this book. I don't even know what this book is about. We'll find out. But I started reading a book called Behold the Pale Horse. It's somewhere around here. I think it's over there. Oh yeah, there it is right there. That's not it. Behold the Pale Horse is right here. Ah! In your face. I started reading this book. This man right here. William Cooper. Call him Bill Cooper. He prophesied about all of this. I think I started reading that book 30 years ago. Yeah, 30 years ago. I started reading that book. He prophesied about all of this. And what's crazy is the government, in my opinion, was against homosexuals, which is why, in my opinion, they created the HIV virus to get rid of homosexuals and blacks and poor Latinos and poor whites. But it was definitely triggered off with the homosexual community. And when that didn't work or it ran its course, either one, it was like a 180. No, now we love the gays. What? They love the gays now because either way, whether we try to use you as a vehicle of destruction for these diseases, or if we promote your promiscuous, dangerous behavior, and I'm not saying it's just dangerous because of your acts of deviant sex. That's not why I'm saying it. It also hurts the natural structure of the family model. So the more people that are homosexuals, then children are not born, and that's just, it is what it is. But it's efficient if that's your model in the first place. Like if you wanted to reduce the population, then to endorse the homosexual group would be a good look for you. Also, because that's only one variable. The second variable is to create a comfortable atmosphere where it's okay to disrespect women. See, I started reading that book of Nichols. Yeah. I didn't start reading it then, but I did go to Nichols. Wait, did I go to Nichols or Davis? I went to Nichols. Nichols was behind Davis, right? Yeah, it was A.B. Davis and Frank Nichols. I went to Frank Nichols. That was a wild school. Mount Vernon School's a wild period. The first dead body I seen was Shebawell Jackson, who died in the hallway as I was walking to class. He got stabbed in the chest, I believe. I hated all Mount Vernon schools. Every last one. I hate it. It was never fucking a moment. My daughter doesn't. She's never lived like I lived. Like, whether you sentence me to jail or not, it still feels like fucking jail in these fucking schools. On the bus home. Still feel like fucking jail. I went to Washington Elementary, one of the worst goddamn schools outside of C.H. Parker and Robert Fulton. Then I went to Frank Nichols. I had to go there because of the drama program, which I got kicked out of. So I was in the drama program like I wanted to be. They kicked me out. I had a problem with authority. Big shocker. Then I went to Mount Vernon High School, which I really didn't go to class. I just stayed in TV production all day. And that led me to getting into the music industry from just dealing with TV. And the funny thing is, the same way I am now on camera is the same way I was back then. They had a public access show and I used to commentate the games. And the mayor called up and was like, "Who the fuck is this kid? Get him off the..." I just talk the way I want to talk. And I guess they want you to be more polished and not say real shit. Yeah, they told me, "Get him the fuck off the channel." So they had to rewrite who could commentate the games. Everybody else loved it. It was like, "Yo, you be wildin'." And they wanted this starch white guy named Gil. Gil's the type of guy, he gets around you and he starts that, "Yo, my brother" shit. Fuck out of here. I hate that "my brother" shit. Right? Talk the same way you talk around your people, bro. Don't come over here talking about my bros shit. Don't talk that jive ass turkey shit to me, bro. Fuck is you doing? That shit is insulting. I know how to talk the King's English, bro, when I want to. Just speak how you speak in your language. I will meet you at your level. I assure you. Don't try to bust out into a bibbity boppy bonic shit on me, nigga. You don't talk like that. I could talk that and I could talk the King's English. What you want to do? Where you at with it? He's out here like it's Airplane 3 talking fucking jive. Anyway, Gil was an asshole. He's the one who reported me to the... He's the one who reported me to the mayor's office. They got my silly ass up out of there. Yeah! Listen, folks. That's the show today. I'm not running a 3-hour show. I can't do it, man. And besides, I already started dinner and I got to check on the chicken. I'm cooking my wife some dinner tonight. You understand? My daughter's going to be tight. She's going to be like, "You don't ever cook when I'm home." Yo. Cooking for my lady. You understand? So I'm thinking about making a shredded chicken over rice with some macaroni and cheese and some vegetables. Yeah. Then, depending how we feel, we might go bowling. So that's all I could do right now for today. If you did not check out my new album, it's a jazz and funk album. Just look up Jamel Saladin, Funk and Love. Funk and Love is the name of that album. I'm starting a gospel album. I'm almost done. It's going to be 10 gospel songs. I have 6. I now have 6 gospel songs. And I'm going to end my show today with this one gospel song. I need 4 more. And I'm going to release this album. I was supposed to be doing a hip-hop album, but it's not time, I guess. So, thank you for coming over today. Thank the haters. Thank the supporters. If you hit the like button, if you hit the subscribe button, I appreciate you, whatever. And you will see me tomorrow, too. Yeah. So, let's get it in while we can. I'll be back tomorrow morning at 8:30.
Hands try to be enough, but you still understand. Every scar tells truth, every tear has a weight. You don't have to win today to step through the gate. If you fell again, you can rise again. If your heart got lost, you will find it then. One more breath, one more prayer, He meets you there. And the night fall back, hands kept reaching out for the thing you lack, but the chain can't break and the lie can't end. There is mercy for the wounded and a way to bend. If you fell again, you can rise again. If your voice is gone, He will hear you then. One more breath, one more prayer, He meets you there. God loves you still. God loves you still. Your past. The Father runs when the shadows don't last. Take His hand, take the next small step. Grace is alive and it ain't finished yet. When you fall down low,
All right. So that's that. Thank you for your support. I'll see y'all tomorrow morning, 8:30. Peace out.